Howdy, y'all. July 23rd, we back at it again. We're gonna fix this section here down to the field because this is the worst spot. And Dad's back there behind me cutting trees down for fence post. And this is the worst section here, and this is where they've been getting out at, down through here. This is where they like to hang out down here, because right over here, it's the pond, the little frog pond down here. He's back there cutting fence posts. Can't get this one to drive in the ground. We got moved several times, it won't drive in the ground.
Want a hug? Can I give you a hug?
Well, he went to sit on this log and he rolled off the log backwards right into the mud hole. He's covered in it everywhere. He is covered everywhere. I was sitting down taking my shoe off. Next thing I heard crack, I look over and he's laid upside down. I said, hold on, I'm coming.
For 5 minutes.
Well, we've been fighting this section right here for a while now. And we can't drive a post in it. Some years ago, he had them come in here and dump a bunch of rocks and concrete and stuff down through here because there was a gully up through here along the fence. Well, I guess they must have pushed them rocks up under the fence because they will not drive a post through here. So we switched to metal post. He wouldn't drive them. Of course, this thing here is not made to drive metal post. If you do, you just bend them. So she went to go get the metal post driver, and just as soon as she did that, he goes over here and sits on the log and falls in. Well, it took us 2 days. We made it all halfway around. We made a good effort at a good half-assed job. So there's wire everywhere now. That is half up. Probably needs a little bit more wire, a whole lot more post, a whole lot more staples. I need about 5 people just going down through there stapling everything back together again. And we only worked on this half of this piece. So anyways, we're gonna get out of here. Dad's not gonna fall in the mud hole no more. The frog pond is over there. It's like 6:40 in the evening, Sunday evening, and we are tired. We put a solid half a day in. We're tired. Catch y'all later. Howdy, y'all. We moving hay bales today. Off this 9-acre piece up here. I got me a trainee today. Well, we done switched seats. Dad's over riding with Liam. Liam's a neighbor boy. He's the goat farmer. And he calls himself a wannabe farmer. I don't know how old that boy is. It's not very old. I don't know. He might be 15 now. Something like that. But anyways, his mama told us, come over and asked us if we would teach him how to run tractors and do stuff like that. That boy wants to learn how to be a farmer. So we told her we'd try. Well, this evening at after 4 o'clock, you know, I got off work. I come up here, and he come walking out there. Well, the other day, I asked him, and he was busy doing something. So he come walking out there like he wanted to do something. I told him where I was going. I couldn't really let him just willy-nilly drive a tractor up and down the road because, you know, we're 3 miles up the road. I said, but you hop on here. I'll let you load the wagons when we get there. So that's what's going on here. He said he drove a little 30 horsepower John Deere loader, picking up sticks and cleaning up the yard or something one time. But they got a little riding mower that they go back and forth feeding the chickens with. But anyways, he learned how to load hay bales, and he's not quite getting it up right each time. And he kind of flopped one of the hay bales, and well, he needs to learn to control his clutch and his brake at the same time, as you can see right there. He's doing pretty good, but he needs to remember there's a brake over there. So anyways, Dad come up here with the truck. We loaded the truck, and Dad told me his phone wasn't working after he fell in the mud hole. So he said, figure out this phone. So I sent all the videos that I needed out of his phone, and well, I still ain't figured out his phone. It doesn't have any volume. When you hit the record, it doesn't have any volume. So I don't know what the problem there is. I'm still trying to figure it out. I'm on my phone this time. But anyways, he dropped it in the mud. He had to fidget some mud out of there. It wasn't charged last night. And I don't know, he's got some mud up here in his little top hole. I don't know if that's the reason why it won't work or not. But anyways, we're trying to sit here and figure it out. I don't know. I can't get it to work. But he's almost done here loading. Got one more to go. But anyway, since I was messing with Dad's phone, I told him going over there and ride with that boy and tell him what to do. Make sure he's doing it right. He's gonna lose about half that bale right there if he shakes that too much. It don't look like it has many strings on it. He messed up one bale. He forgot to let the spear down. And when he backed up, the point was too high, so it just pulled the bale back off the wagon. We got about 320 bales to move in the coming days. So that boy, he gets out there, he might have a little bit of time to learn to do stuff. Sure. Sure. I'm sitting here trying to figure it out, but I can't figure it out. We're going to stay back here behind this tree just in case that thing doesn't unhook the way it's supposed to. Hopefully Hopefully it'll double jackknife. But it could end up out here in a cow field. So we're going to stay back here behind this tree for a minute. We're doing good, okay. You get a little bit of a hill and not enough curve in your wagon, they're going down the hill. He's taking them down around the bottom and putting them in a row in the opposite direction. Down there. After 8 o'clock, time to go home. Catch y'all later. Time to sharpen the blades. All of them are off. All sharpened. Turn around, park the tractor. Around the mower. It's raining. It is raining. We don't want to get wet. We're going to go back to the barn. It's time to quit anyways. We've been working on mowing the yard here this season. Still got a bunch more to do. But we got a lot of it. It's definitely after quitting time. But it is raining. Let it rain. Still need to cut this over here and that back there on the other side of Dad's house. It's got clover over there, so we need to cut that. This over here is already ready to cut again. It grows all crazy. But anyways, hopefully Dad will get his baler fixed, and we'll let him use that and see if it works. Otherwise, we'll use mine again. No big deal. I need to fix. Blow the hay off the trailer before it rains on it and all sticks. I don't want a bunch of hay stuck to the trailer. So Dad brought this 4-prong hay fork a year or more ago. Well, he broke one of the prongs because they were both in the center there. Somebody was using it to pick up round bales with 2 prongs in the center. But since we got all these little tiny bales, we're going to put 2 prongs on the outside and pick up 2 little tiny bales to feed them this winter at the same time. See how that works. Save on a bunch of extra trips to the field. Thunderstorming. We're supposed to be doing this literally all day, but it took all day to get here. So, oh well, let it rain. We need rain. We don't have any hay on the ground. Nothing. So we're good to go. Let it rain. Let that grass grow. We need it. Yep. Let that grass grow. Catch y'all later. Well, Dad run the bush hog up and down the driveway here. I still got to recut it, but it won't make it easier for me. Yeah, that's what I'm dealing with right now. Do I drive over the neighbor's beans to get the cow? Or does the cow come out on her own? Well, if you remember, about a couple weeks ago, we was doing fence up in here. I'm on the other side of the fence. This is also our property. But Dad come up here through here with the bush hog, and I think he got the neighbor boy to run the track loader through here too. So that's what the fence doesn't look like, that we need to come back to. But they did a heck of a job clearing stuff out up in here, that track loader. So we ought to be able to get up in here on both sides of the fence, no problem now. He cleared out a bunch of stuff down through here. Here's the ditch that we got up to and ended, because the fence was so bad you couldn't get over in this ditch because it was all growed up so bad. Well, this is about right here where we ended it. So I guess we're gonna have to get up here and do some fencing now. I came around this way. We got a trail going up in that way. I think Dad made that trail years ago. I come up this way because the stupid cow come running up this way. Figure I'd go around to head her off. I took the opportunity to ride around the woods. I ain't done it in a long time. Well, there's a big old hunk of fence right there that's missing that we just got done fixing the other day. And there's another piece right there broken that we just got done fixing the other day. So we're gonna have to do a whole lot more fencing up through here. A whole lot more fencing. And that's laying down. I don't know what happened there. Cow must have jumped back over it. I don't know. I think it's time to get rid of this cow. The one that showed all the other cows how to get out. I think it's time to get rid of her. She's the culprit. These cows back here ain't gave two licks about none of this bad fence in years. Calves get out and stuff, but cows don't. They don't care. They'll go for long periods of time without the fence, electric fence down here even working. But this one here, she likes to find that hole. And if she don't find that hole, she makes that hole. Dad's pet. So I don't know where this cow went to. Hopefully she came back down. I'll go in there and look for her.
Old Garland here. This thing might be working. I'm going to start this skid loader up and drive closer to these cows. Let's see if I can bring them in a little bit. Yeah, I brought them in a little bit. Except the trouble is I cannot drive the skid loader. I can't hardly drive the skid loader and video. That's the only thing. I can a little bit, but not much. Anyway, it is 8 o'clock. Old Garland here, coming out of the woods. This will be the first video with this thing, other than the one the other night with the rain. So we'll see what kind of a picture we can get out here. There's old Mama Moo out there. three red white faces. One of them. Anyway, I guess it was a little warm today. There's one steer I can get rid of. There's a little bull there, I think. All right, it's 8 o'clock. It's time to be getting along home.